What's up, everybody? Ben here with a quick and very joyful announcement. We actually recorded this session 0 and the next campaign episode a little bit ahead of schedule, and Michael had texted us while we were playing that their new son had been born. Everyone's doing well, they're recovering well, and everybody was happy and healthy. And so, ironically, in the midst of all of our talking about how we're not sure if his baby's been born yet, his baby was born. So we're celebrating with them. We hope you guys enjoy the departure from the normal campaign, and Michael will be back with us whenever he gets caught up on sleep, which those of you who are parents know that may be a bit. Thanks, and enjoy this session 0 and the next few episodes for Across the Glass Sea, Landlocked. Welcome back to Across the Glass Sea, Landlocked.
Landlocked!
As you may or may not know, Michael has been excused from recording for a while. As of recording right now, they have not yet had their new baby, but they are firmly in any day now territory, and so we are trying something a little bit different to let him have a break and not feel like he has to rush back. So what we're going to do is I'm going to DM a mini arc. We may keep it going from time to time, but I'm Ben Gilbreth. I will be DMing, and I'm joined in studio by
Nathanael Miller playing Rickard von Trollheim, a.k.a. Quick Rick.
Quick Rick. Quickie Ricky. Also, welcome to the studio, as it were.
I'm Matthew Barry. I'm playing Ash, and it's just Ash.
And we won't go into much
Nice.
more detail at the moment because this is somewhat of a session 0. Somewhat because we kind of have gone about this in a weird way. We 3 played a one-shot with these characters pretty recently, kind of as a dry run for all of this. And then we decided that this would be how we kind of fill the gap between true Across the Glass Sea stuff with Tam and Lycan, so that Michael wouldn't feel like he had to rush back, or that we had to try to figure out a way that Lycan could just disappear and Tam would be bored by himself, or Matthew's character would join as a pirate of some variety. So, we're going to be playing a module. I don't know if what's the difference in a module and an adventure?
I think a module is a part of an adventure. Like a...
See, I would have said the opposite.
Mm,
I don't know the answer. That wasn't a
yeah,
quiz.
no, I don't know. I guess I think of a module as like this particular dungeon, but an adventure might have multiple dungeons or multiple encounters or, adventures or something.
Oh, okay.
That's how I would think of
That
it.
makes
but
sense.
I don't know.
Either way, we're going to be playing the module/adventure that's included in the Humblewood book. Comes from Hit Point Press. It's a campaign setting, and there is an adventure in the back and it goes 1st through 4th level through 5th level-ish. And we're going to be playing that not in the Humblewood setting. We're going to be playing in a homebrew setting of a world that I came up with for one of our home games. But we're going to be playing with Nathaniel and Matthew as the PCs and me as the DM for a little while. And then once Michael gets his feet back under him with the second baby and everything, he'll come back to be Lycan, but we'll sprinkle some of these episodes in from time to time as we can, and somewhat to just play more D&D, but also just to have more buffer if something comes up and we can't make it like we've done before. So what are you guys playing in general? Go, Nathaniel. Who is quick? I'm gonna call him Slick Rick every time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that some people call him that too, probably. Quick Rick, Tricky Ricky.
Okay.
All the above. Rickard von Trollheim is a human monk. He was a member of the Brotherhood of the Ardent Lantern.
Ooh.
And he was not cast out, but sort of assigned to do outside work by his fellow monks because there's no other way to put it. He's pretty lazy. He's really sleepy. He gets sleepy easily. He's a martial artist of some ability, but yeah, he's just maybe not as motivated as some. He gets bored easily, and he loves to take naps more than anything else. For a subclass, I'm just kind of riffing off of the Drunken Master Monk subclass, but I have written here his subclass is Sleepy Monk because he just wants to take naps. And yeah, he's that was the idea. Is just how fun would it be? How silly would it be if there was a monk who was really skilled and good at fighting and not bad all around with other things, but he just was really lazy. It's not often I feel like that you find a character. Every character that you play in D&D has some kind of flaw,
Right?
But I don't think I've ever heard of a character whose main flaw was that he was really, really lazy,
Just tired and or lazy.
Tired and lazy. Yeah. So that's Rick.
What is your dump stat? We're using the standard array, so
Yes.
everybody starts with at least an 8 in one stat, unless they put it somewhere else.
Actually, strength was my dump stat.
Oh, nice.
Because all of his abilities and stuff is run through Dex. He has decent con, decent wisdom. Charisma's okay. Intelligence is average. But
I
yeah,
feel like all of those words mean the same thing. Okay, fine, average.
okay. I'll say his con and his wisdom are good. Good. To put it numerically, his Dex is a +3, con and wisdom are both +2.
Okay.
Charisma's a +1, intelligence is flat, and strength is -1. And I guess I kind of thought that would make sense because he's always about trying to find the easy solution,
Yeah, the
flow with
path of least resistance.
Yeah, path of least resistance. He's not trying to brute force anything, so he's never needed to be strong. Why would he need to be strong? He can take more naps in the time it would take him to get strong.
Yeah, rest between sets is very important.
Yeah. He takes this to the nth degree.
All right, Matthew, how about Ash? What's the deal with Ash?
So Ash is a Warforged druid, and you may be thinking, all right, so we've basically got a transformer over here. But no, because he's a Circle of Wildfire druid. So Ash basically, probably easiest to imagine him kind of like Groot, but it's Groot made out of like a grayish, ashy-looking wood, and inside you can see like embers and fire burning, as his whole thing is he's about fire. So that's kind of basically how you can imagine him. He was part of a druid circle that lived on a volcano. Long story short, volcano erupts. There goes the druids, and Ash is left alone, making a pact with a volcano spirit, which I'm sure we will meet later. So
what's his dump stat?
So his dump stat is he's not very smart. He does not have much intelligence. Much wisdom goes on with Ash. He knows much of the wild, but when it comes to book smarts,
Not so much.
there's not much there. No,
Not a lot of book learning in the crater of a volcano.
not much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paper doesn't do well.
Ah,
Believe it or
yeah.
not.
Makes sense.
Fahrenheit 451.
Who'd have thought?
So we talked about how we played a one shot with these characters, and that was more just to have an excuse. Again, just to have an excuse to play D&D. How do you think these guys met, or have they met in this as we kind of sort of retcon this?
Yeah.
Would y'all prefer that they have met already, or are they meeting for the first time in Meadowfen? Little teaser there.
I feel like we can't completely undo the adventure that we already had.
Yeah, I was about to say the tournament that we had. That was a great
Too
time.
epic. Yeah. I think, here's my take. I think that they were allies of convenience.
Mhm.
Like whoever put them in, I imagine that they didn't just enter in the tournament randomly. Somehow there was some kind of patron or some kind of person who, put at least Rickard up to entering into this tournament, and there was some intermediary that connected the two of us.
Okay. I think I may have said this when we were playing the one shot. It's kind of like y'all were random roommates
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
college. You were going to the same place, so there was that much funneling into the right place. But then it's like, okay, this is the pool. Put these
Yep.
two together.
And I mean, if we're just in this other small town now, I don't. How large is this town that we're in?
It's
starting?
pretty small.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I just have to imagine that the story that I had imagined after our one shot did play out, and I did indeed burn down a factory because it was a problem for my druid.
It's really
background.
funny. I did not pick this module. I thought about doing this module well before we played our one shot, and you had this fire druid. But the whole overarching thing is that there is a fire spirit doing things that fire spirits should not do.
Ooh, this is very fun.
So it's very fitting, and that's going to come in later. But the result of the one shot was that these two guys got to be high counselor for a day of a city in the world that I've made that they've been since kind of run out of / asked to leave. Matthew's character had this very straightforward mission of fixing the problem with his factory. His solution was burn it down.
Remove the problem.
Factory gone, no more problem. And so I guess if the DM calls it headcanon, is it just canon?
That's just canon at this point.
Yep, just canon.
Is that you did this? This tournament has happened where people get to be high counselor for a day, but they're used to this, so they're used to having to fix the problem caused by people who don't know what they're doing. And so the factory burning down was not handled well. They kicked you guys out of the city, but you did get to keep some of the 10,000 gold prize that you earned.
Let's go.
So if you would, each roll 2 D100s. You can roll that little tray if you want there, Matthew.
I do have 2.
Well,
it works.
Well, one of those is the tens column and one is the ones column.
I suppose. So if we're just doing one as a 10, one as a 1, that'd be 805.
No. So the one with the double digits is the tens place. So what'd you get on the tens one?
So that is an 80.
So you got an 81.
Okay.
And then roll them again, and we'll add them together. That's how much
I
gold
see.
you guys. You too, Nathaniel. You each have this much gold left from your prize of
44 plus. What's the 0?
0 is just 0.
Then 44 and 80.
So 124 for you.
124.
And I rolled the 80, and then I rolled a 30 and a 0. So
Oh, interesting. So around what you said, 81 and the 30, so 111.
cool.
That's crazy that y'all got so close to each other. So first thing to write down on your sheets, you're starting with that much gold.
All right.
Next thing, since we're doing standard array, which can be kind of dull sometimes, I have decided that you guys can pick a +1 weapon. So, for anything the monks can use for you, Nathaniel, or if you want something that gives you +1 to spells and saves, Matthew, you can have that. Or you can roll on a magic item table in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
That sounds very interesting.
Which there's a lot of items on it.
I was about to say, I do love me a magic item.
Mm-hmm. Some of these are pretty good. I don't use the DMG very much. I don't know if that's going to be very telling later or not. But...
I mean, I won't notice. I'm kind of a noob to D&D, to be honest. So
I'm definitely thinking about a +1 quarterstaff. That's definitely on the table for me.
There are 35 items on the magic item table.
How would you want us to roll?
You would roll a D100. So you can pick your +1, or you can roll on the...
Right.
And I would say there are some +1 ammunitions and things on here. I would let that be... If you roll the +1 ammunition, I would count it. You could have your +1 item. Instead of getting, literally a +1 arrow,
Yeah.
I would let you
could
have
just
a
get the
+1 robot arm.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
gonna
enough.
be.
What are you thinking? Are you going to take a...
Oh, I mean, I'm taking a
weapon?
magic item.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you want to just roll on that first? 'Cause
I
I
mean,
want to hear
I
what you
guess.
Oh yeah. So yeah, roll
I
those
guess,
2 dice
yes.
again.
So it'd be, I guess, a 30 and a 6.
30 and a 6. Okay. So you got a potion of animal friendship.
As someone who's a druid, that feels
That's
a little
great.
bit a little bit redundant, but this is very funny.
Well, that means you could use your natural druid skills plus the potion of animal friendship, and maybe not just
Potion
make
of
an animal
epic
friend.
animal friendship.
Yeah.
Potion of best animal friends.
Or if there's an animal that's our enemy,
Very true.
maybe
So
you can convince
true.
them to
Very
be
true.
So true.
an ally.
I was gonna imagine I was given this as a prank gift by someone years ago.
You were allowed to leave the city with 1 potion, and you just grabbed this one by mistake.
I'm just gonna roll on it too.
Go
I
for
think I like it would be maybe more mechanically
It's all good.
safe
You do
to
you.
do a quarterstaff, but I just think it's so fun. So all right, that is 83.
83. You get the filter of love. Which I'm gonna have to look that one up.
What does that do?
I think you can cast like friends. This is very friend forward as of right now. Filter of love. The next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, so it's a potion,
Yeah.
You become charmed by this creature for 1 hour. If the creature is of a species and gender that you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed. This potion's rose-hued effervescent liquid contains one easy-to-miss bubble shaped like a heart. So
Okay.
I'm feeling like this is something that you will then
You
now
use
give to someone else at
Yep,
this point.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Does it say what it tastes like, or
It does not. I would allow this to be kind of
It's the
Felix-
Valentine Frappuccino from Starbucks.
or what is it, because Felix, no, what's
Liquid Luck?
not Liquid Luck, the love potion,
yeah,
Emertentia
yeah,
from
yeah,
Harry
yeah,
Potter. Tastes, that's the one that smells like the thing you desire most. I would say that we're going to use those rules.
Okay.
Nobody's going to taste it and spit it out.
Right. No one's gonna taste it and be like, "How dare you!"
Ooh,
Like,
yucky. Yes.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me write it down.
Friendship and love. We got lots of money to buy +1 weapons later.
Yeah.
You know, are either of us very good at charisma? Because if not, we just have.
I have a +1.
There you go.
All right. We're gonna be killing it on the charisma later.
Yeah. So that kind of housekeeping stuff out of the way, we'll go into more housekeeping stuff.
Yes.
Huzzah!
Housekeeping mechanics.
That's why we play D&D.
Yes,
Indeed.
this is really what we're here for. So, a few things I do differently, house rules wise. Just gonna kind of go down a list. I actually had this for another group that I printed out and gave to them, so it's right here for me to read. So, some of my homebrew mechanics are on initiative. If you get a nat 20, and I can share this with you guys, so you don't have to write it down if you don't want to.
Yeah, I think I've played.
If you get a nat 20 on initiative, you get advantage on your first d20 roll, or you can cause the enemy to have disadvantage. Like if you make them do a saving throw on yours, Matthew, they would have one enemy would have disadvantage, and you can pick where you put yourself in the order.
Okay.
So, and again, I'll remind you guys of this, so you don't have to keep it to yourself. Nat 1 in initiative is the opposite. You have disadvantage on your first d20, or they have advantage on their first save, and you go last, regardless of what you add to your dexterity. You just go last.
If multiple people roll nat 1s on initiative, is it still decided by dex?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a part of me that hopes that doesn't happen, but there's a part of me that hopes it does happen at this point now. Death saves. Our first death save will be kept private. Matthew, have you ever rolled death saves? You know how that works?
Yes.
I've had to roll it once.
Okay. So
But
you
it's
go to
been a
0
while.
hit points.
Yep.
When your turn rolls back around, you roll death saves. If you fail 3, which means you get a 9 or lower on just a flat d20 roll, your character is dead. Only Revivify or other certain spells will bring them back. If you get 3, 10, or higher, you are still unconscious, but you're not actively dying anymore. So to add some drama, the first d20 roll is you roll it, you know what it is, and you just move forward. Also, standard mechanics on a death save, if you roll a nat 1, that's 2 fails. And if you roll a nat 20, I've got a different mechanic for that. On a nat 20, you pop back up at the start of your turn, and you get to roll 1 hit dice plus your con modifier worth of hit points that you pop back up with. And you're also prone, you hop up from prone with no movement cost. Again, I'll remind you guys of that. There is potion mechanic. Nathanael has a different potion mechanic than I do. Potions, you can take them in 2 ways. You can do a full action, and you get the maximum amount of healing from that potion. So if it's a regular potion, it's 2d4 plus 2, you would get 10 hit points. If you use it that way, you chug the whole thing, it's gone. If you take it as a bonus action, which you would default to out of combat, you roll the dice for your healing. So you could roll the 2d4 plus 2, and then you roll a d4 after that. And if you roll a 1 or a 2, that was the last sip of the potion. It's gone. If you roll a 3 or a 4, there's some more left, and you can just reuse that potion. I've got some things about ambush spells, which may not happen very often, like if you're preparing an action to ambush somebody and then it goes wrong or you need to change your target. I've got some mechanics in there. There's saving throws and stuff. We'll deal with that later. Melee combat crit is the same as Nathanael in what we're playing already. So if you crit on somebody with a long sword, that's what, 1d10?
Yeah.
So you would do 10 plus your strength or dex modifier flat, and then you would roll the dice again on top of that. So instead of just rolling double dice, you get to do max damage on 1 hit with a little bit extra. if you crit on a spell or anything other than a melee attack or a weapon attack, you just roll double dice. So neither of you are paladins, but let's say a paladin smites and crits. They would roll the d10 for their longsword, or the 10 plus their strength plus the d10 roll for their longsword, and then they would roll double their smite dice.
Right.
Or they could roll their smite dice and double it, but we're not going to do max and then again because that is so much damage.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
I do flanking. My flanking mechanic is a little bit different. If 3 creatures on the same team are around another person, anybody can use their reaction to give themselves advantage from the flanking, but it doesn't just happen, and there's got to be 3 of you. Unfortunate for you guys, there's only 2 of you in the party, so you may not have didn't think about that till just now.
All right, first goal, find a friend.
Recruit an NPC.
Well, here's a question.
Yes.
Would his flame spirit thing that he can send out
About to say.
work?
Yes, I would say that is the general rule of thumb with familiars is if they help in combat, they can also get hit in combat.
Yep.
And so there you go.
So find friend that lasts more than an hour at a time.
Or who has more hit. I don't know. I was looking at the wildfire spirit.
It's
He's
pretty
got
strong.
A lot of HP.
Yeah, no, it's solid.
All right, so there's all the mechanics and the character stuff kind of out of the way. So now I figured we'd talk a little bit about the actual world you guys are in. The continent of Bahan, which is my homebrew world. It is not nearly to the standard of Nathaniel's homebrew world. So I will be scrambling and or making up places and or posting very incomplete maps to Instagram from time to time. So the world of Bahan is a continent surrounded by mist. This mist prevents a lot of exploration, a lot of travel, but in the southern Golden Empire, nobody really cares. Because not too long ago, the elves and the gnomes, and to somewhat the dwarves, the longer-lived races, decided, you know what? If we stop fighting, we can make this place pretty nice. And that's what they did. So they founded the Golden Empire. The city-state of Glaurasa, far to the south, is the seat of the empire, but there are other city-states and regions that are largely autonomous as long as they kind of report to the empire, do as they're asked to do. Kind of the 13 colonies when they were Articles of Confederation, individuals that come together for a common cause. You guys have been departed from the city of Ilsvich, which was a primarily gnomish city in the farther north part of the continent, and you were asked to leave, slash encouraged to leave by a dream that was given to Ash by a fire spirit, telling him something's amiss. You begin to go south towards the elven forest of the Valenia, which is an elven kind of stronghold, ancient forest, several weeks' journey to the south. And we're going to pick up somewhere along that journey, and that's where we're going to be. Anybody have any questions? Anything else?
Are we in the Golden Empire? Are we in the south? Okay.
You're in the Golden Empire, yes.
We're not.
Yes, this is in our home game, there has been this great unveiling of a whole northern part of the continent that hasn't happened yet.
Okay, cool.
There's this massive
Very
mountain
cool.
chain called the Giant's Belt, surrounded by these mists that drive you crazy if you go into them too long, and the mist is still there.
Gotcha.
In the home game, the mist is gone. There's an opening. All kinds of shenanigans happen, and we don't know where we are yet. But so that is the world. It's kind of interesting. We had characters before we really had the world, but that works fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
and I'm going to always be pushing for like, where exactly does my character fit into the world? We had talked briefly about like the idea of him. He's a von Trollheim. He's the child of Rickard is the child of nobility, but he's like the umpteenth son, and so he's not that important. And so he was like, "Hey, you should go be a monk."
You guys are being encouraged to do lots of things.
Yeah. Yes, us younger people in the family are being encouraged to. Hey, here, kid, here's a sword. Go. I think there's a nest of trolls over there. Go, run,
Troll
at 'em.
nest.
Up
Get
and
it.
at him. Yeah. So, I guess, would my family be from Glaurasa? Would they be from...
I think your family would have been probably located in Ilsvich
Okay.
because there is a lot of trade that goes on there.
Okay.
Ilsvich is a very industrial city.
Right.
The gnomes of my world are very industrious, but Ilsvich is a city that's plagued by bureaucracy and red tape.
Mm.
And so part of your family's success is that they've been able to navigate it, but it takes a long, long time.
Right.
And so the difficulty of you being the umpteenth son is that you're never going to get a shot at what your family has to
Right.
make them, to make their money, to have their livelihood. So you're just kind of, when you were told to go somewhere, you're like, there's no way I'm going to make it here anyway.
Yeah.
In Ash, around Ilsvich, there are also lots of steam vents, lots of active magma because they're very close to this Giant's Belt, this mountain range.
Mm-hmm.
And so your druid conclave could have been there, and as it was destroyed, you could have very easily made your way down into Ilsvich, being given somewhat of a, cannot think of the word, being given somewhat of a calling by this fire spirit who's mad at the way that they're utilizing magma.
Those dang spirits and how picky they are.
They don't like it. Well, all that being said, maybe we'll wrap up this session 0 that we've had briefly. Thanks everyone for listening and jumping in. We hope that you're excited about this new, I won't say campaign, but this new diversion, perhaps, adventure. Across the Glass Sea, Landlocked.
Landlocked!
/ the Humblewood journeys. I don't know. That's probably going to change 1,500 times.
No, Landlocked is here to stay.
Landlocked is here
Landlocked
to
is
stay.
good.
The
Yeah.
Humblewood, whatever that last word is after Humblewood, I'm
Yeah.
probably never going to repeat the same word
Yeah.
twice.
The
Or if I do-
Humblewood Sessions.
Humblewood
The
session.
Humblewood
Ooh, I like that. It sounds like an album.
recording. Yeah. I knew you would like
That's
that.
what we're going with. Yep. All right, so that's it. Matthew will get to roll for advice and stuff when we
Yes.
start. We don't
Oh, no.
close sessions. You've been listening to the podcast, so
have.
you get to, but you get to do it now. So that's it for us. We'll be back soon. We're going to batch record some of this stuff, so we may sound exactly the same from time to time, or not have updates on where Michael and his family stand with baby stuff, but we hope y'all are excited. I know we are, and that's all for us. You guys can say bye if you want.
Bye.
Farewell.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Excited to see y'all out there. I'm on the other side of this DM screen.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
He has gone, you might as well say, across the table.
Oh, nice.
there
Nice.
you
All right,
go.
here we go. We're back.
Perfect. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.